Hello. Hello, I'm Shane. This is a briefer intro about me. I'm basically a web programmer writing this stuff. And my Twitter account is sharing for GitHub and CPU account is sharing. Living in Taipei, Taiwan. Before starting, I want to tell you the reasons I write the LDAP. LDAP is a byproduct in my years of graduate school life. So I built a cluster and managed about 100 of machines for my laboratory during that time. Like many people adopting LDAP, I had a situation that you may face before. So in my private organization network, there are lots of computers and websites have to provide a set of computers for many people. These people can use his or her account to sign in the computer via SSH or any one of the website. So we chose LDAP to store this account information. That's a good start point. And then we provide more and more information that should be shared in this environment, such as groupers, sudoers, network file systems, several accounts, network grouper, or printers. So that's awesome job. Then the new jobs comes. Some days members join or leave your group organizations, and you must create or delete accounts for them. Some days your boss buy some new devices, some powerful new machines, and or retire some broken printers. So you must update your directory to make sure your users can sign in, sign out, and prevent them to using their broken devices. If you are still using the primitive LDAP utility shipped with LDAP servers such as OpenLDAP, you may feel very tired. Let's take a look at what it will be. When a new semester comes, there are some members join your organizations, and you're going to go back to read the YAPC or schema shipped with your LDAP server, and to see what the user account should contain, and write it down to LD files, then import it into a LDAP server. As you can see, it's very long. So that's very bad. And one day, one of your members want to change your email address, so you have to modify the email for them. You must specify the older and the new email address in the LD file. So that's very straightforward. So finally, years later, some members graduate. You are going to delete their accounts. Delete is relatively easy given DN and specify the change type to be deleted, and they can be dropped from the LDAP server. So it's a variety. There are some drawbacks here. The first is making sure the attributes what your entries should contain is very time consuming, and modify the entries must provide the old and the new values to do the actions. So it's not quite convenient. And finally, it's also very applied. Writing LD is not quite abstract. That means you must think about how to write a correct LD rather than just think of what you want to do with your LDAP server. So here's a demo show you what LDAP can help you. I have installed LDAP server and LDAP on a micro instance on EC2. So first, it creates it initializes the environment for itself to add some help entries there. And then list 2 is a hyperentry. Then it will create some organization units for storing the user group information layers. The first is people for strong user, and then the group, and repeats for the scheduler and the posters. And after creating those organization units we specify in LDAP count, we can add a new user here into a LDAP server. His name is full, and email address is full as in example.com. And we can try to log in with the new accounts. Before that, we should make a home directory for a new account. Okay, now we try to log in. Okay, it's okay. Then we can also set the we can go into verify what we do in the LDAP server. First, we make sure the organization units we just added into the LDAP server. So it's automatically created and write the correct formats for you. Then there's also a user count layer. Then we can also set a user to be a schedulers to management the machines. Try to set it as a schedulers, then try to edit files under a root directory. As you can see, he has a privilege to save files under a root directory. Okay. LDAP also provides other convenient functions such as import, export, and password modifications. Export can be used to perform backup, hard backup. So you don't stop your LDAP server to use LDAP cat to backup. So you have no downtime. And the accounts in LDAP servers can change their own password by their own without the administrator's helper. And it works just like the traditional passwords executable. Okay. If we don't need the user accounts anymore, we can delete. It's very easy, just as you can see. And let's search the directories. It disappears, and we could not log in again. But moreover, the host can also be added or deleted as like we add a user or delete a user. So after we added the hoster, so we can telnet it, and after delete it disappears. This time we could not access via the name. Okay, so this is a brief intro to show you what the LDAP can do. So after watching the screencasts, you may think of LDAP as following. It looks maybe useful. However, currently it looks like only provide limited functions. So if I have other kinds of objects beyond user group and scheduler, what can LDAP do for me? The answer is you can extend the LDAP on your own. So before starting to extend LDAP, it's probably good to take a class at the internal of LDAP. So let's go on. The first thing is MVC. The MVC patterns are so widely used in many kinds of developments. So I thought of it maybe not bad to steal the concept of MVCs on developing LDAP. That is, when running the commands such as add LDAP at user flow. So there will be a controller layer to seeking the handler and pass the argument to the handler. Then the handler will invoke the models to interact with the LDAP server. The model should provide a CUDA interface for you to interact with the LDAP server. So that will be more abstract. Then, what the controller looks like in LDAP is a sort of a tree structure like you can see here. The main controller is actually top node of a tree. When you invoke it to dispatch the arguments to the arbitrary handlers, it will take the arrays to dispatch to a handler. In this example, the array is at the user full. Because the user can match the sub namespace in this tree, so it can be used to find the handler. The false do not match anything, so it be interpreted as arguments to be passed to a handler to initialize itself, and that will be used to interact with the model. Okay. And the controller will provide the subroutine runs to be invoked. And then another interesting part of LDAP is the schema. Schema defines what a model composed of. For example, LD users compose of three kinds of object classes: the shadow accounts, the password accounts, and the buttons. I need all persons. So these kinds of object classes are defined in these two YAPCs. So to describe what attributes they have. So because the hierarchy trees is very similar to object the class hierarchy in a programming language. So it's quite easy to describe such object class in a programming language using the class hierarchy. So there are three rules here to describe an object class. The first is it's just a class. So when we have an object class persons, we can translate it into pearls using moose. So and its parent is top, so we extend it with the top and describe its attributes using as DSL. And so the whole hierarchy can be easy mapped into a case of a pearl. The second rule is the object class also define its attributes in two ways. The first way is there are some attributes must be present there, and there are some must maybe present. If it must be present, we declare it must be required in most. And the third rule is if you find the attributes in the schema, there are two nice layers can show you the type constraints in Moose. The first is the syntax can show you the type constraint, and if it's not a single values, you will declare it as a array reference. So it's very clear now to how we can extend the LDAP on your own. The first step is write your object class under LDAP object class and describe its attribute layer. And the second step is modify the attributes in the model and extend the model with the object class you just defined. Okay. The start step is writing the controllers to interact with the model you just created. So that's quite simple for extend LDAP for yourself. Okay. The next, as you can see, LDAP is still infant now. So I will start to improve it in many aspects. The first thing is search API. I appreciate search API in many OR mappers for the relational database. Let's make the developer far from writing SQL directory. And the second step, currently I still heavily develop the final API of CRUD. The update API is still not yet implemented, so I will implement it soon. Okay. And so here is a useful use case for you to adopt LDAP in your own environments. The first use case is if you have hundreds of computers, you want to manage them by only one administrators. You can insert the sudo into LDAP servers and set a NFS to provide the home directory for these sudoers. So that you can configure some things once and use it anywhere. And another use case to use LDAP is set up Guerrilla clusters on EC2. If you have one of the Guerrilla clusters broken, so you have to start an instance to replace the broken one, and you can just deter the old entry and add the new entries to with a new IP, so that you don't have to modify the configurations on MySQL, and the Guerrilla clusters will still running correctly. Okay. This is my conclusions. LDAP is not a replacement to primitive LDAP utilities. It's just one to saving your time on doing some routines. And the older primitive utilities still provide the flexibility to do anything with your LDAP server. And LDAP just want to help you to create correct LDAP without thinking. Okay, that's the purpose I write LDAP to help myself. Okay, then this is a GitHub I released LDAP. The URL is here, and pull requests and the issues are welcome. And finally hope you can have a better operations life with LDAP. Thank you.
それでは残り時間1分ほどですが、質問のある方いらっしゃいましたら、ぜひお願いします。日本語でも翻訳、マキさんが翻訳していただけるので。翻訳でもいますと No questions? Okay? いいですか伊藤さん、はい、いいですかはい、はい、じゃあ以上ありがとうございます。